Yo, Tim here, and I'm gonna talk to you about becoming 1%. We're gonna look at how you can forge your destiny online in this crowded marketplace of so many ideas, so many ways to make money, so much opportunity. I believe sales is the best one, but I'm gonna talk to you about how to become 1% and how to give yourself and how to give your family freedom, as the cameraman puts Zen deep into his gums to fuel himself on nicotine. I love it. The first thing that we're gonna look at is this trend that I'm seeing from a lot of guys, a lot of young guys and girls online, which is where they're bouncing from grift to grift to grift, where it's kind of like there's so many opportunities. You can do growth operating, you can do copywriting, make money online in so many different ways, build an e-com store, build like whatever bumblefuck brand you want to build. And everyone's jumping from brand to brand, opportunity to opportunity. They're not sticking with one thing. But there's this idea that I believe in called the success horizon, okay? A success horizon is where at a certain point, let's say that you stick at something for 8 months. Let's say remote sales, okay? I've made my money, built my career in remote sales. Let's say you stick at remote sales and you go 6 to 8 months hardcore, and I'm talking balls to the wall. You fully commit to remote sales, you go all in. At a certain point, based on the law of the success horizon, you will see success. You will see months where you're making first 5K, then 8K, 10K plus months. That will happen to you, okay? But you have to stick at it and you have to do one thing, and you have to keep doing that thing until that success horizon happens. And here's what gets weird, and here's the problem for a lot of people online. You can't see the success horizon. You can't see when you're gonna have success, right? So imagine a timeline. Let's take a full year going from January all the way to December 2024. Let's say you got into sales in January of 2024, okay? And the time where you were supposed to have success, if you would have kept going, and success meaning where you see 6K months, 10K months plus, it doesn't mean you didn't make any money in sales before that, but I'm talking real success. The time you were supposed to see success would have been, let's say, August-ish, September time, okay? That's like 8, 9 months. Some people are gonna see it way sooner, but some people take a bit more time. If you then pivoted out of remote sales and you got distracted by, let's say, copywriting, which you can make money with too, so I'm not saying remote sales has to be the way, but that's how I made my money. Let's say that you got distracted and you're like, let me do copywriting now. Because in like June time, it got really tough and you didn't see results. You were only making 2, 3K. And then you saw this flashy copywriting ad and got into the copywriting program and did that. What happened? You blocked your path to success because you never reached the success horizon. It would have been the same thing with copywriting. If you would have started with copywriting, I know guys like this, they come and train with me, and now a lot of these guys are seeing success, but they come in and like, what happened before? Oh, I was an e-com guy. I was building an e-com brand. Okay, why did you stop? You know, it just wasn't for me. Cool, maybe it wasn't right, and then they get into remote sales. Some people, by the way, like my guy Charlie, really saw success now with remote sales and they're crushing it. Charlie just had his first 10K month, like easy. It wasn't easy, but he made it happen, right? But what happens is you skip, and you skip ahead, and you pivot in your journey. You pivot, and you cut your chance, and you cut your potential to see success with relative speed because you pivot and you do something different. And this is what I see with a lot of people. They pivot and they jump because there's so much opportunity and they want the next best flashy thing. But part of being in the 1% is being a master at doing something better than everyone else. The 1%, guys, doesn't mean 1% income. That's part of it, sure, you get there eventually, but the 1% isn't like 1% income. I'm not top 1% in income. I mean, depends on the demographic you look at, but if you talk about people my age earning in the US, I'm not top 1%. You know, I'm on a track to make $250,000 this year, but I'm not top 1%. I am top 1% in my skill set though. The first thing I did was get top 1% in skill set, where I can sell better than 99% of sales pros out there. That's why I train sales pros, because every single person who comes across my desk, who comes across my computer, who joins our group, I am significantly better at selling and closing deals than all of them. And it's because I honed in on the skill set, gave the year to get to that success horizon, hit the success horizon, which allowed me to become a master and become top 1% at the skill set. What I'm gonna look at with you in this video, and we're gonna go deep here, is I'm gonna explain to you how to build the skill set to become top 1%, how to lock in and give to yourself, and use that to fuel success in other endeavors by something that we call scaling, which is one of the most valuable things that you could do for yourself, for your future, for your freedom, for your success. But before we get into any of that, I need to establish this idea. This doesn't start from hopping around from thing to thing. Even if you see me and you think I'm fancy, think I'm cool, think I have some good ideas around sales, if you were dedicating yourself to make money with ecomm, keep fucking making money with ecomm. recently there was a guy I had a sales call with. He wanted to join our protocols training program, which is our sales training program. And he was kind of in between our program, between more ecomm. And I said, brother, I don't want you doing two things at once. I disqualified him on the call. I said, I didn't handle any objections. I said, I want you to take a day and I want you to think about your future. Do you want to make your money with ecomm, or do you want to make your money in sales? Do one thing and do it better than everyone else. I gave him a day. We had another call and he told me, he said, hand over my heart before God, I want my future to be, right now at least, setting myself up for ecomm and going hard with that for the next 12 months. He committed to that path and he's doing that now. He didn't come in our program. He's a great guy. He's gonna make a lot of money. He's gonna do very well for himself because he chose the path, he picked the path, he committed to the path. And that's the standard that I have, not just for him, of course, but for all the people I train, all the people that I work with, and you. Okay, let's go ahead and continue training. Let's look at what's next, and I'm gonna give you some actionable steps to move forward to the path of freedom so you can create the exact life that you want and make a whole bunch of money. As we go into breaking down the how, I really want you to understand the level of intensity, the level of commitment that it takes to be in a position where you have freedom. I'll give an example. One of my clients, Sati, we just recorded a case study. He's now making 10 to 12K per month as a remote closer. And one of the things with him is, I've seen his journey unfold. This man took 8 months and basically withdrew from the world, withdrew from everything, and religiously committed himself with religious level obsession to mastering the game of sales. And now he's one of the best sales pros that I know. He's making a bunch of money, closes consistently at 35, 40%. He's doing extremely well. He even mentors and coaches some of the people in our program and helps them out now. And the reason I bring that up is because a lot of people don't understand the level of commitment and the level of obsession with mastery that it takes to be good at a very, very high level. And again, there's always cases, maybe you can give me someone who didn't have that level of obsession or didn't have that level of drive. Sure, it happens. But the level of commitment that I've seen at scale, unless you're randomly 1 out of 10,000 who doesn't need that. But I'm not talking to the 1 out of 10,000, I'm talking to the majority. The majority of people who have that success, who have that freedom, it absolutely takes a level of dedication, a level of zeal, a level of obsession, a level of intensity. Now, what I would say is, in order to fuel that level of intensity, in order to fuel that level of obsession, that level of zeal, it's extremely important to know your why, what we call in sales, what I call, in our sales process, the Holy Grail. The Holy Grail is what you're moving forward to, where you want to be, who you want to be. And the book Psycho-Cybernetics, which is a very, very powerful, transformational book that changed my life, and I suggest everyone read it. In that book, it talks about this idea of future memories, how you can visualize, see, conceptualize, and almost remember, like treat it like a real memory, a future that you want to have and see, taste, feel, and experience this future. And it's something that I've used a lot to fuel this obsession with mastery, this obsession with being the best. So instead of me just going through the motions and it's like day to day, okay, let me role play, let me get better at sales, let me just close deals and just go through the motions, instead, I'm fueled by this vision of who I want to be 3 years, 5 years, 10 years from now, and that fuels me forward towards success and drives me to perform better. And I'm not even kidding when I say this, the 99% of people in this space, 99% of people in the industry, because again, 80% of people are gonna be average. You're gonna have another 20% that are decent to good. So if you're exceptional, which I absolutely am, the people that I train that are in our program absolutely are becoming exceptional. If you're able to add that fuel to the fire, that why, that what's driving you, that vision of who you want to be, if you can add that, you then will master the game. You then will master your skill set, and that's going to lead to you scaling, which we'll get to in 1 second. So I want you to understand, before you look at all the doing, like do, which is important, we're going to get into that. You have to do the work. It's massive, and that's the journey. It's scaling the skill set. But you have to commit to the journey of being the person who is in a state of mastery, that person who is in a state of constant success and constant respect of the game, as I call it. That's one of my favorite parts of this whole journey, respecting and mastering the game, and that's the standard I set for myself, the people that I train, right? I want to look at scaling, because that's the next piece. Once you have the vision and you see like why I'm doing this, what's the reason I'm doing this? Do I want to give back to my family? What's the life that I'm living in the future? When you can see it, when you can taste it and feel it, as I do, day by day. And for me, it's giving back to those in my life who matter most. I see what that looks like over the next 3, 5, 10 years. The next thing is going to be religious commitment to scaling the skill set, which we're going to get into right now. So what scaling means, the way we teach this is, it's taking your skill set, your base skill set. So for me, it was remote sales, and I think for all young men who are looking at an arena where they can make money, they can break into this game of making money. Remote sales is the best one. Watch my other videos on sales if you want to understand this. If you want to see what it looks like, you can click on our sales playlist. It's there. I'm not going to get into the why of why pick sales here in this video. But you take your skill set and what you do when you scale is you place it into an arena that allows you to use that skill set in a higher leveraged position. Does that make sense? So it's not just I have the skill set, but it's using it in a higher leveraged position. I'll give you a really good example of this learning videos, like our camera guy, Milan, who's absolutely killing it, he's crushing it, and he's gonna have a really big year. Instead of just taking the skill set and it's like, I shoot some videos and edit a few videos, it's like partner with a business that's making a bunch of money, or that's has potential to make even more money, and take charge of all their video for them. That's the way you scale the skill set, right? So it's the same thing in sales. In sales, what I did with my skill set was I learned objections, I learned leadership, I learned the sales process, and I committed to mastery. My why fueled me to that point of mastery where I was better than 99% of sales pros. And then instead of me just like being the little sales guy, I took that skill set and I used it to fuel my success within the sales space. And there was a couple ways that I did this, and I'll share them with you here. The first thing is, and all you guys can use this, especially if you're in remote sales, selling higher ticket items. So for me, my first offer, I was selling things that were like 3K, 5K. It was an appointment setting business opportunity, absolute shit offer. The offer owner wasn't a great person. We'll just leave it as that. A lot of people got kind of scammed on that. Not the people I was closing, but a lot of the team. You know, a lot of us, he didn't do right by us, didn't pay us our commissions. It was really bad. So that was my first arena of sales. And a lot of people who get in the sales space are going to be on smaller offers. Maybe it's not always as bad as the one I was on, but you're going to be on offers that are not great. But so that's where I started. And then what happened was I used my skill set because I got really good. I started role playing with people in other sales groups, other sales communities, and I started outreaching to better offers. And then I got on a really good offer, which was a high-end dating coaching and mindset consulting offer for successful men and business owners. Started closing for them. So what happened was I was able to go from closing like 3K, 5K deals to closing deals that started at 4K, 7.5K was the normal deal size, then going up to 15, 20K deals. So I was closing, I remember one day I closed a 17K paid in full while I was hanging out with my friends in Warsaw. I literally hopped on the laptop before I was going out to the club with my boys, closed the deal, then went to the gym and then went to the club, 17K paid in full, and I made $2,000 in commissions because there was a bonus for closing the paid in full, literally from a 45-minute conversation, right? That's an example of my skill set giving me leverage to earn more at a higher level because I had mastered the game, right? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna learn the skill set, the base skill set, train with the right people, and I'll tell you at the end of this video how you can do that. Plot twist, it's free. I'm not gonna sell you anything here because I don't sell shit on YouTube. But you learn the skill set, master it, place it into an arena where you can use it at a higher leveraged position, right? So one way of doing this is selling higher ticket items, selling stuff that's 15K, 20K, 50K items. Another way that you can do this is by building your own offers, right? Like that's something we're doing right now. I'm building a business consulting offer that's around sales. We're gonna be launching that next year, testing it out this year, where we already actually been running it, but I'm gonna start scaling it, where I'm helping business owners build sales teams, build sales processes, build out their pitch, build out a better quality offers in terms of how they pitch them, how they put them in the market using our sales systems. That's another example of this, right? Another one would be doing your own private consulting. That's the scaling process. And what I want you to understand is that this journey of sales, and I'll end here, this journey of sales, man, this journey of making money online, even if we take it beyond sales, really is about leverage. It's about learning a baseline skill, being obsessed with being the best and not getting distracted with all the, there's this opportunity, that opportunity, doing one fucking thing and doing it better than 99% of people. And you can do that. 99% doesn't mean that, it doesn't mean that you're like the best person in the world at doing it. It just means everyone else is kind of mediocre or average or below average. And then there's 20% of people that are good and you're better than most of the people that are good. That's all it means, right? So getting to a point where you have that high leverage skill set, placing it into an arena where you have more leverage, scaling it, working on offers if you're a closer, working on offers where you can close higher ticket deals, working on offers where you can do some consulting and you can even help the business get better as a whole. That's the game, and that's what I want for you guys. That's why I make these videos. So here's what I'll tell you. If you want to learn from me more, we have a school community down below. It's called Quantum Level. We linked it below. It's free to join. I don't approve all the requests. Right now we have 500 pending requests. We have, I think, coming up on 1,100 members. We're over 1,000 now. We've got 1,100 members. And in this school community, I basically teach you and give you for free the entire roadmap for how you can make it in high-ticket remote sales. Because a lot of people don't know what to do. They don't know how to make it. And I teach you the most advanced trainings, the most advanced strategies that you're not going to see for free anywhere else. I'm very serious here. I'm not like giving you some little sales pitch because it's free. So if you don't have cash to invest in a paid program at all, come into our community. And if you're hungry, if you're willing to learn, if you want success in this game of sales, come in and you can literally see hours of content. My calls, I give them away in the community. My process for handling objections, I give it away. I even train you for free once a week. On Thursdays, we have free training. We might even add in more in the future. That's what's in this community, Quantum Level. All you have to do is request to join. Don't answer with some stupid shit. Like if you want to make it in sales, one of the questions we have is, are you here because you want to learn sales or something else, or self-mastery? And we get some people that are like, no, I'm not in sales. I'm here to master myself. If you're saying that, we're probably not going to let you in. Even if you're not in a sales position, answer the question like you want to make money with sales, which would be saying, I'm ready to get started in sales. I'm here to make it in sales. If you want to make money with sales, answer the question like you want to make money in sales. Don't be dumb, okay? And then we'll approve you in the community. That's it. That's what I've got for you. Nothing to sell you here. Be blessed. Make money. Do one thing. Lock in on your skill set and you'll make a bunch of money. Goodbye. Have an amazing day. This is a beautiful city we're in. I'm going to go make some money right now. Actually, I'm going to eat. And then I'm going to do what do we have next at 3? I have a training with one of my consulting clients, Chris. He's great. All right. I'll see you guys later.